I'm visiting here today with Avishai Ben-Tovim. Welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much.
So,
Welcome being
Avishai,
here.
you're the co-founder of MDI Health, and can you give for the listeners background of what inspired you to create this company? What did you do in your prior life?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. So, for the last 15 years, I've been managing large operations for global high-tech companies, dealing a lot with AI technology, managing very large operations. And I know my partner, Dr. Dorit Nachlieli, for the last 11 years. And she was the head of clinical pharmacy of one of the biggest HMOs in the world. And later on, she became the head of pharmacovigilance for the Ministry of Health. And when she spent her whole life trying to solve medication related problems, and because of her roles and a great experience, people start coming to her with their problems, their health problems, and asking her if she might look at their medication treatments. And the rate happened to later on open her own clinics that provided personalized medication treatment. And I'm, as a friend, heard over lunch and over joint trips, I suddenly started to learn that actually she's solving more than 70% problems of medical problems of people just because of the wrong medication treatment. And when I started learning about patients walking to a clinic, even she had a patient walking on, getting to a clinic on a wheelchair, and after 3 months, he was walking again. He still had Parkinson, but he was walking. And about patients who stops hallucination, the problem having sleeping at night, and high blood pressure. And suddenly I understood that actually the medication cocktail that I was always looking at as a solution, and people looking at as a solution for the problems, suddenly I realized that actually also can become a very big problem. And now we're talking about the fourth leading cause of death in the United States, medication-related problems, and also about $500 billion every year in the US just because of hospitalization and physician visits that are completely preventable and are part of non-optimized medication treatment. So one of the things that crossed my mind to your question about how they learn about it, I said, okay, but I have I have a mother who's taking a lot of medication. She's going to a great doctor. She's probably safe. There's no problem. But then I learned that actually physicians, it's not, they're doing the best they can to provide the right medication cocktail, but they have less than 20 minutes appointments to gather all the information about the drugs and the patients, to connect all the dots and monitor the patient over time. It's simply possible, especially with current tools that are just alert systems that have a very high alert fatigue. And when I learned about it, I tried to convince Dorit that what she was doing on a one-on-one basis and helping so many people, but again, in a one-on-one basis, we have to do a technology out of it. I tried to convince her that what she was doing, it's possible to do it with the technology. At the beginning, she said it's impossible. She said there's too many parameters, but now she would tell you it's impossible to do it without the technology, and this is what we're doing.
There's being advancements in the medicine area with pharmaceutical with technology.
Sure.
Would you say with your company, are you more of a software, big data driven company when the AI, or
Yeah.
how do you implement what you're doing?
Yeah. So precision medicine is a great trend right now, as you mentioned, but we are not, even though we are working with Thermo Fisher Scientific right now, and we do integrate genetics into our system as an input, but we are not dealing with making a specific treatment recommendation or specific medicine recommendation. Our focus is on the medication cocktail, how this whole thing works together, especially with chronic patient or polypharmacy. It takes a lot of drugs. And when you're saying a medication cocktail, it's not just the drugs, it's also the person. My genetic is different, my lifestyle is different, my medical conditions, my symptoms. We need to see how these all things work together. So that's what we are developing. We are developing a tool that actually helps identify populations at risk, and then for these populations provide comprehensive medication reviews, but currently done in minutes instead of hours. The average time it takes to clinicians with using the current tools to run a comprehensive medication reviews takes between 3 to 4 hours. With a system like ours, once the information is there, and we have also smart tools to gather the information, it's done automatically. All the clinicians need to do is review that, override if he wants, and then approve add his recommendation, and the comprehensive medication reviews is on the way to the physician. So our vision at the end is to provide these tools directly to the clinician, but we start as initial go-to-market providing the system as a treatment quality assurance system. So it actually runs in the background, able to identify populations that need this intervention and generate a very positive ROI for the health payers that currently pays this huge amount of money that is completely preventable.
All right, you're an entrepreneur in residence at Hartford Healthcare.
We are part of the Digital Health CTE, yes, which is a great program here in Hartford that really helped us accelerate. And we got this amazing opportunity to learn more about the U.S. health system and how to pilot and test technology on the U.S. population. And we're very excited about that.
And then you started, so you schooled over in Israel, or where did you do your schooling at?
Yeah, I have a background of MBA and a bachelor degree in IT engineering. So my background is very extensive about business and engineering and building systems. Dorit, my partner, she's a PharmD and she's actually lecturing in 2 universities in Israel, specifically in this domain. She's one of the top experts in the field. And of course, our CTO, is, the third co-founder, is from a computer science background.
Excellent. So what's your, when you look into the future, how big do you see the company growing?
We're talking one of the biggest problems. We're talking, as I mentioned, about the 4th leading cause of death and $500 billion problem. So our goal is you can't eliminate completely medication-related problems, but it has been proven that at least 70% of this is preventable. So our goal at the end is really making this technology accessible to more than 110 million patients in the US who needs them currently. And currently only 11 million are eligible for reimbursement. So there's only with the technology such as ours, this is our vision, you can actually offer a great treatment, standardized in a very low quality. So to your question, we want to become the company that provides these services. So the sky is the limit, the way I see it.
Very good. So visiting here today with Avishai Ben-Tovim, and he's the co-founder of MDI Health.
That's
I
correct.
appreciate you being here today.
Thank you very much for hosting me.